welcome. I'm London Wilson, and I'm the senior class president this year. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Vicenza High School JROTC, and remain standing for the Italian National Anthem, followed by the Star Spangled Banner, performed by the Vicenza High School Senior Choir.
Fratelli, Italia, Italia, se desta, delemo, discipio, se cita la testa, dove la vittoria, le porga la chioma, che schiava di Roma, e Dio la creò. Fratelli d'Italia, Italia se desta, delemo discipio se cinta la testa, dove la vittoria le porga la chioma, che schiava di Roma e Dio la creò. Stringiamoci a coorte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, Italia chiamò. Stringiamoci a coorte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, Italia chiamò, sì. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose much triumphs and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets listed in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
March. Left side. March. Forward. March.
Please be seated. Welcome to the class of 2021 Vicenza High School graduation ceremony. We are pleased to welcome special guests Major General Rowling, Europe South Superintendent Dr. Michelle Howard-Behaney, and our school liaison officer, Ms. Beth Potter. Also, please welcome Colonel Frankie Cruz and Command Sergeant Major Rachel Harris of the 414th Contracting Support Brigade, and Colonel Mark Denton, the Brigade Commander of the 207th. Thank you for attending today's graduation ceremony.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As the principal of Vicenza High School, I'd like to say that we're so very thrilled to have this opportunity to hold a live graduation ceremony right here at Caserma Ederle for the first time ever. I'd like to especially thank Colonel Biazuti, General Rolling, and Colonel Vogel for their continued support of our school. I'd like to also welcome Dr. Michelle Howard-Brehany, Europe South Superintendent, and her husband to our graduation. I also would like to especially thank Ms. Teresa Urquilla for taking on the role of senior class sponsor. Her role was vital in ensuring that our seniors had the best possible senior year and graduation possible. I'd like to also thank Barry Robinson from Soldiers Theater for sound, Mark Sansone, Brian Morrissey for video, our photographers, faculty, and staff. It truly was a team effort to pull this together for us today. This past couple of years have been quite a historic event in our lifetime and in the lifetime of these students who've shown resilience and commitment to attaining their educational goals. As you will hear during this ceremony, our students, in spite of all the ups and downs of this time, they stayed focused and achieved this important milestone in their lives. Our students have already been accepted to the colleges, universities, military branch, or profession of their choice. And for that, we're here to congratulate them and wish them the very best. Next, I'd like to welcome Ms. Cheryl Tibbs, Assistant Principal, Vicenza High School, to the podium.
Good morning. I'm Cheryl Tibbs. I'm the Assistant Principal of Vicenza High School. Dr. Brehany, would you please come forward and present the salutatorian medal? The salutatorian is the second highest ranking student in the class. I am proud to announce the salutatorian for the class of 2021 is Ms. Deborah Ashwood. Deb is the daughter of Michael and Katie Ashwood. Congratulations, Deb. You can come up to the podium.
Welcome, everybody. First of all, I would just like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank our family, friends, teachers, staff, and all other personnel here today to make this day as special and memorable as I know that it will be. Secondly, while I would love to stand up here and tell you that I have been agonizing over this speech for a month now, and I've written draft upon draft every other day, anyone who knows me for longer than about 2 weeks would find it unsurprising to learn that I started writing this speech 2 days before I had to turn it in. That's not to say that I don't think that this speech is important. Quite the opposite. I know that it is. And as my stepmom pointed out to me, a lot of people will remember this speech for quite a long time, and that's really scary. But I think I'll begin with addressing the elephant in the room, or, well, field, I should say. And that is, I am so grateful that this graduation is happening the way that it is. This time last year, I wasn't so sure that my graduating class would get a real ceremony. The COVID pandemic hit harder and stuck around longer than I think most of us were expecting, and I could not be more proud of the students I am here with and how we are all standing here today in the wake of it all. We have overcome and persevered through so much hardship in the past nearly 2 years, and we did it with our heads held high. Senior year is hard enough without the looming weight of a global pandemic on top of it. Yet I watched close friends of mine and casual acquaintances alike stand with pride and fight for their right to a safe and effective education. I have watched everyone here make the absolute most of the relatively few opportunities and take advantage of every limited minute that we have been given this year. Students, parents, and staff alike come together to create a year that will be unforgettable, and not because of the virus, but in spite of it. We had amazing experiences in different honor societies, clubs, and sports. Our senior prom was by far the best school dance I have ever seen. I've seen quite a few from different places. I will reiterate that I honestly hadn't expected nearly as much to happen this year, solely because of what happened, or I guess didn't, last year. I cannot stress enough how proud I am of every single person up here with me right now. We as a class have become closer and achieved more than I ever thought possible, even with the knowledge that most of us are going our separate ways within the next few months. When someone leaves your life, those exits are not made equal. Some are beautiful and poetic and satisfying. Others are abrupt and unfair. But most are just unremarkable, unintentional, clumsy. A quote from Griffin McElroy. From some of us today, we are parting ways for the last time. For others, our exits lie farther down the road, and still others may never leave our lives. What is important is not necessarily who we connect with, but how. Making meaningful as opposed to numerous connections is one of the things that makes life worth living. So my advice to you, my fellow classmates, whatever you do in this life, do it with pride. Do it with everything in you. Do it knowing that anyone who sees you will be inspired by your greatness because you are all great. So as we turn the page, enter a new chapter, close the cover, or whatever cliche book-related metaphor makes you happy, remember to make your connections meaningful, make your exits poetic, and live your life unapologetically and without restraint. And finally, I would like to say, guys, we made it. There's not a group of kids more strong, capable, and determined than us, and I could not be more happy to share this moment with each and every one of you. Thank you.
Dr. Berhaney, will you please come forward and present the valedictorian medal? The valedictorian is the highest ranking student in the class. I am proud to announce the valedictorian for Vicenza High School's class of 2021 is Miss Lika Silla. Lika is the daughter of Major Mamadou Silla and Marema Gay. Congratulations, Lika.
I've thought about how to start this speech probably for years now. As a child, I would give speeches to an imaginary audience and was able to speak so passionately and inspirationally about a graduation that was years away. When the time arose to finally write it, which was just last week, I was left with a resounding sense of nothingness as I sat for 2 hours staring at a blank Google Doc and was overwhelmed by the fact that in 10 years, someone might remember some of the words that I'm speaking right now. Like any student in the modern era, I turned to Google and looked up ways to start out, but it gave me your usual fare. A quote, an inspirational mantra, and God forbid, a joke. So I turned to a recent project that all seniors had to partake in this year for inspiration. A "This I Believe" statement. What do I believe in, you ask? I believe that this class is very resilient. To clarify, I think we have the strength and mortal fortitude to struggle through and work our way out of any challenges. I won't drone on and on about how COVID impacted our last 2 years of high school, because we already know. But it does provide an excellent measure of our resilience. Through the many roadblocks that COVID gave us, such as modified events, redacted sports experiences, and an inability to create new memories with friends, we have risen above that and found ways of compromise and have enjoyed our final year of high school. Whatever our final plans are, whether it be starting a business or wanting to go to medical school or engaging in humanitarian work, I have full confidence that we will stumble around, make mistakes, but eventually achieve our goals with the sheer grit and determination we possess. Now that we've covered the inspirational things, this wouldn't be a graduation speech without thanking a few individuals. I'd like to thank my mother, and my dad too, for instilling the value of a hard work ethic and supporting me in all my academic pursuits. I'd also like to thank all the kind and patient staff at Vicenza High School. A special shout out to Mr. Hume and Mr. DeJardin, who are in attendance today, for not only supporting me, but my fellow classmates as well. And last but certainly not least, I would like to thank and honor my fellow classmates. We've been through a lot as a senior class and have shared many great memories. From Andrew's exploding pen incident in AP Lang to Hume's jokes in class, we've seen a lot. The class of 2021 may not always stick the landing in all the things that we do, but we sure do claw our way and out and execute our goals, and we should be really proud of that. Thank you.
I am now pleased to announce our guest speaker, Mr. Robert Hume. Mr. Hume was born and raised in the mountains of upstate New York. He attended UNC, where he earned his bachelor's degree in history, and later attended Thomas Edison State College for his master's degree. Mr. Hume served as a paratrooper in the U.S. Army starting in 1994 and was an enlisted infantryman. Then after completing OCS, he served in Iraq from 2003 to 2004. After leaving the military, Mr. Hume began teaching Ferditas at the Marine Corps base in Quantico. Mr. Hume was heavily involved with volunteer work for disabled veterans through an organization called Team River Runner. As a certified whitewater kayaking instructor, he trained disabled vets in kayaking and led several whitewater kayaking expeditions across the Northeast for Team River Runner. In 2018, Mr. Hume then began teaching and coaching here at Vicenza High School. Welcome.
Congratulations, guys. I really thought by now you'd be sick of hearing my voice, but I guess we'll do this one more time, eh? All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Let me say what an honor and privilege it is to be speaking at your graduation. You guys are all very dear to me, and thanks for including me on your special day. With that being said, it takes a village. None of you got here on your own. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that this morning, some of your moms or dads had to wake you up out of bed. So, your parents are special people who love you. Yeah, sometimes a little bit of tough love, but parenting is the hardest job in the world, guys. So let's give it up for your folks. They love you, they really do. All right. I thought long and hard about what I should say to you guys today. Graduations are special events that mark the end of one phase of your life and the beginning of another. Often we take this time to reflect back on our high school memories or thoughts to what's next. College, the military perhaps, maybe a gap year, I don't know. So often commencement speakers talk about setting goals and following your dreams or chasing after a career, but for each of us, our journeys are different. You are now, believe it or not, adults. Well, maybe not, but you can be tried as one if you do something stupid after today. So put your big kid shoes on and buckle up, because ready or not, your life is about to begin, and you are the captains of your own destiny. Over the last few years, I've come to know you all so well. We've traveled all over the place, playing sports, sleeping on classroom floors. We've had our long, crazy bus rides with Johnny Kohut singing rap songs from the 80s on the mic, sneaking out of class to go to Dunkin' Donuts with some of you. Don't tell mom. We've talked about school, but we've also talked a lot about life. We've laughed together, we've cried together. We survived the Rona times together. It's really been a joy to watch you grow and develop into the outstanding young men and women that you are today. So I'm sure I speak for the entire VHS staff when I say we're proud of you, and thanks for letting us be a part of your journey. What probably hasn't really hit you yet is this, though. The chapter of your life, for better or worse, is over. Tomorrow you may wake up and realize that what you've spent your life doing since you were 5 years old, going to school, you're done with it. Now what are you going to do? What's next? That might be scary for some of you. Since you were born, someone's been telling you when to get up, when to shower, provide you with food, clothing, and shelter, taking care of your every need. Moms and dads are cool like that. But very soon you're going to leave the nest. And while some baby birds soar right away, there's always that one little bird, when he gets nudged out of the nest, he falls to the ground and he gets eaten by the cat. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. How to avoid getting eaten by the cat. So if you'll indulge me, kiddos, here's your final lesson from Coach Hume. I'm going to give you the secret to both success and happiness. Oliver, where are you at? Write this stuff down, dude, it's important. I don't want you to be cat food, bro. All right, I'm just kidding. The first thing you need to do to be successful is know what success is. To me, the greatest definition of success comes from John Wooden, one of the all-time great college basketball coach. He said, "Success is the peace of mind that is the direct result of the self-satisfaction in knowing you did your best to become the best you are capable of becoming." I hope you'll notice the definition. There was no mention of money or fancy cars or stuff or fancy houses. Stuff, my young Padawans, does not mean success, and stuff will never make you truly happy. Did you know that nearly 70% of business executives admit to neglecting their families to pursue their professional goals? You can have all the money in the world, but what's the point if you don't have anybody to share it with? According to a Harvard study on success, successful people tend to share these characteristics. Successful people accept life as it is. They adapt rather than complain. They take action instead of making excuses. Successful people maintain a positive attitude towards life. Successful people build good relationships, and they try to bring out the best in those around them. Successful people have a sense of direction and a sense of purpose. They set goals and they work hard to accomplish them. Successful people tend to be action-oriented. They get things done because they're not afraid to work hard. Successful people maintain high standards in their personal conduct. They're honest and truthful in both their public and private lives. So there, now you know what success is all about and what it looks like. Here's a couple of pointers for you on how to get there. You need to understand that every single day we live by choice, not by chance. To me, the ability to choose is our greatest freedom and our greatest source of strength. Whether you realize it or not, you start choosing from the moment your eyes open every day. You chose to get out of bed today, and each day you chose to come to school and to do your homework. Well, some of you not to do it, but that's all right too. We choose what we put into our bodies. We choose how we're going to take care of our bodies. Everything we do all day long is a choice. Now, yeah, your parents can make you uncomfortable for poor choices, but at the end of the day, the choices are yours to make. From now on, the choices you make are going to have real-world consequences, and you have to own them, the good ones and the bad ones. That's part of adulting, owning up to your bad choices, hopefully learning from them and growing from them. You and you alone are responsible for the choices you're going to make. And guess what? If you're not making choices, then you're allowing someone else to choose for you. And that can be very dangerous, guys, because guess what? Not everybody has your best interests at heart. Will, you're awake. I'm just checking, buddy. Don't want you to be cat food. All right. So here's a list of some of the most important choices you're going to make. You're free to choose your character and the type of person you're going to become. You're free to choose your values. You're free to choose how you treat other people. We're free to choose how we handle and deal with adversity. We're free to choose what we will achieve in life. We're free to choose our own belief system, and you're free to choose your own purpose. We're free to choose our attitude regardless of the circumstances. That's by no means an all-inclusive list, but I really want to focus in on just one choice that we make every day. It's the most important life-changing choice you can make, and making this choice will most certainly make you happier and a more successful human. You're free to choose your attitude, guys. We've all heard that, right? You need to improve your attitude. What does that even mean? Well, to me, attitude is what I say to myself in my head when I'm confronted with a situation. Attitude impacts every aspect of our lives. Another Harvard study on peak performance revealed attitude was far more important than intelligence, education, special talent, or luck. Up to 85% of our success is due to our attitude, while the other 15% was due to ability or talent. This is a game changer. Your talent doesn't matter. Attitude plus effort equals success. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, said, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, the freedom to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance, to choose one's own way." So, we can choose to let life happen to us, to let circumstances mold us. We can complain and whine about the bad things that happen to us and blame others for the problems and obstacles life throws in our way. Guess what? Life is hard and unfair. Justice is often elusive. Being a victim of circumstance is a choice. So choose a positive attitude. Life is a long list of I get tos, not a list of I have tos. How often do you find yourself whining about trivial things that aren't really that important? I have to get up, I have to go to work, I have to go to a faculty, I do hate faculty meetings. I have to do my laundry. What if instead we forced ourselves to choose a better attitude and said, I get to, instead of I have to? What if instead about complaining about trivial things, we took a moment out of every day to be thankful for the good things in our lives and the people we love around us? I'm happier already. Obstacles and adversity are awesome tools to mold you into a stronger person if you take them on with a positive attitude. With a positive attitude, everything becomes easier. You can push yourself further, both mentally and physically, than you ever thought was possible. By choosing not to give up or give in to that voice in your head that says to quit because the task is too hard or too difficult. So, choose a positive attitude, guys. It's what propels us towards our victory or bogs us down in defeat. It's the foothold beneath every step we take. Attitude coupled with effort turns you into a success machine. So let's take just a minute to talk about effort. Once you have a goal and a positive attitude, there's just no substitute for hard work. Like I mentioned before, talent accounts for very little in the grand scheme of success, but effort and hard work, giving all of yourself to achieving your purpose, that's what champions do. Walter O'Malley was a longtime owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers in the 50s and 60s. They won several championships during that time. And when the press asked him the secret to their success, he simply said, "We are good because we work harder than everybody else." The famous football coach Lou Holtz attributed his team's success to effort. He said, "We will work from dawn to exhaustion. If there's not a crisis, I'll find a way to create one." He understood that if he wanted his guys to perform under pressure, then pressure must be created in their training routines. So, there you go, my young Padawans. It's pretty simple. Effort plus attitude equals success. The problem we often all face is finding the motivation to give maximum effort in the pursuit of our goals. Regretfully, there's no magic recipe for that. The real sustainable kind of motivation is the intrinsic kind, the kind that comes from within. The best place to start on this journey is by taking a long, hard look in the mirror and being honest with yourself. You have to take ownership for where you're at in your life right now. Your choices have brought you to this moment in your life, yours, not your parents, not your friends, not your teachers, not your coaches, yours. You have to take stock of your lives and stop blaming other people for the hand we are dealt. Own it, the good stuff and the bad stuff. Then dig down deep and find the courage and desire to move forward. You're going to have setbacks in life. You're going to get knocked down a lot, over and over and over again, but it doesn't matter. All you have to do to be successful is keep on getting back up. Keep moving forward. Every little baby step moves you closer to achieving your dreams. So, there's no secret to success. Let me give you the secret to eternal happiness, though. I know this one. Be successful. I'm just kidding. All right, so, yeah, it's a bad joke, I know. All right, one of the secrets to happiness is understanding that life is incredibly fun and incredibly funny. And I think, you guys had me for a teacher. We kind of kept it light, and that's been fun. Did you know Einstein and Edison both attributed much of their success to never losing their childlike imaginations and being playful? Hard work's great, but you have to have time for fun. Don't let go of the things you truly enjoy. Playing keeps you young. Look at me, I'm going to be 72 this year, and I still feel like I'm 45. We know that playing sports, working out, or just playing with our kids releases happy endorphins in our brains. So as you progress through your life, make sure you carve out some times for the things that make you happy and the things that you really enjoy. The next secret to happiness is really very simple. Find a way to serve other people. If you don't know what you want to do right now, that's okay. Look around. None of the adults out here had any idea what they wanted to do when they were 18. Maybe they did. I didn't. I'm still trying to figure it out. I did several other jobs before arriving at teaching and coaching as a profession. If you don't know what you want to do, that's all good. Consider serving other people. Join the Peace Corps if the military is not for you. Help people. Go to a retirement home and play cards with some old folks. Volunteer at a youth summer camp. You'll always find that bringing joy into the life of other people will bring you more joy than money or any materialistic object you could possibly buy. Plus, if everyone just serves a little, the world gets progressively better. It's a simple step we can all take to genuinely make the world a better place. I truly believe that once we become good at something, we have an obligation to give something back. Every person who would call themselves successful had help. The great ones find a way to help others. The last secret to happiness is the easiest thing in the world to do. It's simple. Be a good human. Be kind. What does it cost us to greet people with a smile or a kind word? Absolutely nothing. Few things are more powerful than a positive push. It's just too easy to offer those we encounter every day with a smile or a word of encouragement. or some optimism. A handshake, a high five, or a hug, trust me, you'll make a person's day better every single time. So celebrate simple accomplishments. Find the good in the people around you and tell them about it. They might not see it in themselves. You can change the world one smile at a time. Okay, last words of wisdom for your journey to success. Take care of the important relationships in your life. Relationships are like plants. If you don't tend to them, they wither and fade. So when you go to college or the military or wherever you tend to go, and your mama calls you on your caller ID and you don't want to answer it because you'd rather text, answer the phone. Your mama loves you. She wants to hear your voice. Trust me. Call your grandparents from time to time. Let that annoying little brother or sister that drove you crazy the whole time you were in high school know you love them. You wouldn't believe how much they look up to you and admire you. One of the great things about love, guys, it's free. It doesn't cost a dime, and we never run out of it, if we take care of it. Yeah, your dad's probably a big, strong infantry dude, but believe it or not, he still wants hugs from his kiddos. So there you go, my young Padawans. Remember the word of Master Yoda, do or do not, there is no try. I wish you all the best in life. Go get after it. And remember, anytime's a good time to go to the gym and get swole. Thank you.
Honored guests, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Vicenza High School, it is our distinct pleasure and privilege to present the class of 2021. Kaya Abante. While at Vicenza High School, Kaya has been an S2S, National Honor Society, Rho Kappa, and Senior Class Student Council. Kaya will be attending UMGC for an Associate's in Psychology before transferring to the University of Anchorage, Alaska to get her bachelor's. Kaya would like to thank her friends and acknowledge her teachers that have encouraged her to do her best. Kaya greatly appreciates her parents for all of the support. Michael Ackley. Michael played tennis and will go to college, enjoy freedom, and maybe pursue a PhD. He would like to thank his family for being supportive of his actions and goals, his friends for always being there for him, and his teachers for helping him be successful. Hiram Acosta Pabon. Hiram is going to take online college classes. He thanks his parents for always getting on him whenever he wasn't doing his work and for not giving up on him, even through the roughest of times. Davion Archie. Davion is in the top 5 in the senior class. He is known for helping teachers around the school with all types of tech-related problems and projects. He plans to attend Georgia Southern University to get a business degree in economics. He also plans on pursuing a music career and start investing in building a business. He thanks his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Spencer, and his friends and family for always being there for him. Deborah Ashwood. Deborah was vice president of the Speech and Debate Club and placed either first, second, or third at every tournament. She's also been in either band, choir, or both all 4 years of high school. She plans on pursuing her associate's degree in business at the University of Maryland, after which she plans on attending the University of Oklahoma for grad school. She would like to thank her parents for pushing her to be the best that she can be, her friends for giving her unwavering support and kindness, and her teachers for giving her the means to be here today.
Isabella Barty. Isabella is going to take a gap year and move to Germany with her family. She wants to thank her entire family. She would never have made it this far without their love and support. Samuel Bean. Sam arrived at VHS for his senior year after attending Italian school. Sam plans to attend college after high school. He would like to thank his mom and family for their support, his friends for good times and memories, and Miss Urquia for making his days less boring. William Briggs. Will plans on getting his general education degree at UMGC and staying here in Italy, then transferring to a college in the States to get a Master's of Arts in Education with the intention of one day becoming a DoDEA teacher. Will would like to thank his family for teaching him the importance of mindfulness and being his biggest supporter over the last 18 years. He also wants to thank his friends for being there for him over the last 4 years. Jasmine Bright. Jasmine plans on doing online college courses at the University of Maryland and getting a bachelor's degree in graphic design. She would like to thank her grandmother for giving her the opportunities that would not have been available to her by herself. She would like to thank her father, who gives her opportunities to build her hobbies and skills in order to be successful in the future. Christian Brown. After he graduates, Christian would like to travel, find some work, and then go to school. Christian would like to thank his mom for helping him through the school the whole time. He would like to thank his friends at the high school who have made him feel welcome and still keep in contact with him to this day. He would also like to thank his friends at Stuttgart High School.
Victoria Byram. Victoria has maintained good grades and is a member of the National Honor Society. She was also proud of being homecoming princess her freshman year. She plans to attend college and get a job. She would like to thank her parents for their love and support, and all of her teachers for their compassion, patience, and help. Carson Curtis. Carson participated in football, track and field, and cross country while at VHS. He also performed in a theatrical production. Carson plans to attend Utah Valley University and major in computer science. He would like to thank his friends who have supported him since the beginning of high school and his family. Alicia Deck. Alicia was on the varsity softball team for her first 2 years prior to COVID. She was Alpha Company First Sergeant in JROTC. After high school, she plans on joining the Army to become an MP. She thanks her family because they have supported her throughout her entire life. She thanks her friend, Cheyenne, because she showed her that you don't have to be blood to be family, and Jess Spencer, because she has accepted her as one of her own. Micah DeJarden. Micah has been a student of overseas DoDEA schools for 12 years and a member of the Vicenza community since 6th grade. He has played a combination of Italian basketball and high school ball all 7 years. Micah will be going to Pacific Lutheran University in Tacoma, Washington on an ROTC scholarship to study business administration. Micah would like to thank his 2 loving parents and sisters for investing in him and making him the man he is today, and Mr. Kohut. Angel DeMartin. Angel has had a job since sophomore year and kept good grades. When she goes to college, she's looking forward to taking care of animals and studying environmental science. She would also like to create comic books, her hobby. Angel would like to thank her friends who stayed by her side even when she went through challenging situations. She would like to thank her parents, especially as she grew as a person. Keone DeRosa. Keone enjoys cooking for friends and family. He was a winner of Cyber Patriot competitions during middle and high school, and he plans to continue his education here in Italy, taking in all of the European sites and cooking lessons. He plans to major in computer science and work as a software developer. He thanks his grandparents for being the example of what a good person should be, his mother and his sister for giving him the best advice and helping him in rough times.
Emily Detmer. Emily's post-secondary plans are to go to NC State University and most likely double major in plant biology and aerospace engineering. She wants to thank her family for being incredibly and supportive and encouraging in everything that she has aspired to do. Her friends and her JROTC units, fellow cadets, and instructors. Shauna Kay. Shauna Kay plans to go to ACU, where she will major in civil engineering and hopefully partake in mission trips. She wants to flesh out her comic books too. Shauna Kay would like to thank Club Beyond for welcoming her when she felt alone, being a community of people she could talk to and feel at home with. She would like to thank her D&D crew and other friends for being good to her over the years. And she'd like to thank the Refuge Vicenza for being a home away from home, a place she could grow as a person. Esther Escobar. Esther has been in the Spanish Honor Society and an Avid for all 4 years. She is the first grandchild in her family to graduate from high school. Her post-secondary plans are to enlist in the Army and attend college. After her time in the Army, she will be attending the University of Texas in Austin to major in nursing. She thanks her friend Paige and her mother and father for their support. Paige Evans. Paige has been in the Spanish Honor Society, National English Honor Society, and Rho Kappa while at Vicenza High School. Paige will be attending Methodist University. She has been awarded over $100,000 in scholarships and will be pursuing a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing with a minor in foreign language. Paige would like to thank John, Esther, and her family for always caring for her, especially her mom for constantly pushing her. Kathleen Ferro. After completing high school, Kathleen would like to pursue study in languages and become a linguist or an interpreter. She would like to thank her friends Alicia, Clarissa, Cheyenne, and she would also like to thank Mr. Gillette, who helped her grow to who she is today. She thanks her family for teaching her never to quit.
Karis Gardner. Karis has attended Vicenza High School for the past 3 years. While here, she played on the tennis team and was executive board president among several other clubs and activities. Karis will be attending the University of Mississippi on a pre-law track, majoring in international studies. She would like to thank her parents for their continual support in all of her endeavors and for inspiring her to always do her best. She thanks her friends for all the memories they made together in Italy and her siblings for always being by her side. Sierra Goodfellow. Sierra enjoys hiking and robotics. She plans on going to university in the Netherlands to pursue mechanical and electrical engineering. She would like to recognize her family for being a constant in her life and friends. They always put a smile on her face. Hunter Hammonds. Hunter is an Eagle Scout. He's maintained a good GPA throughout high school while balancing rigorous courses and extracurricular activities. Hunter plans on going to Virginia Commonwealth University and going into either the medical or engineering field for space-related careers. Hunter thanks his parents and friends, as well as his teachers who pushed him. Oliver Hartman. Oliver participated in the Dodea Jazz and Honors Festivals and the varsity wrestling and tennis teams. He placed 24th in the Dodea Marksmanship Tournament after only having been shooting for 3 weeks. He intends to major in mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and music, and to pursue a career in robotics for the military or NASA. He thanks his family for being so supportive and his friends for all the great memories. He also thanks all of his teachers for being so kind. Brooklyn Howard. During high school, Brooklyn has volunteered at the Soldiers Theater and provided service in multiple honor societies sponsored by the school. She also volunteered to assist at AFN radio station. She will be enrolling in the University of New Mexico during the fall with the interest of majoring in education and a minor in music. She would like to thank her family and friends for motivating her to keep moving even when life gets rough. She would like to thank the most influential teachers within her high school years, such as Mr. Sansone, Dr. Black, and Mr. Jerry Breeze, for guiding her to pursue her many passions revolving around the performing arts. Jaden Howard. Jaden plans to go to college and start his own business. He would like to thank his mom, dad, and stepdad. If it wasn't for them, he wouldn't be the person he is today.
Chadrick Jones. Chad will be attending the University of Kansas in the fall this year, and his career goals will include software engineering and computer programming. Chad would like to extend a special thanks to his parents, his grandparents, and his sister for supporting and encouraging him throughout his high school years. John J. Joseph. Jay is attending Texas Tech University virtually this semester and will continue there in the fall. He is working towards receiving a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. Jay would like to thank his family as his #1 supporter, his friends who drove him to success, and all the people who helped push him to where he is today. Natalia Knapp Seal. Natalia plans to enroll in UMGC, join NOAA, and travel. Natalia would like to thank her parents for entertaining her endless pursuits and interests. Her older brother, who created competition in their household that pushed her to get ahead. Isabella Koch. Isabella wants to pursue a Bachelor's of Science degree in dietetics at James Madison University. She wants to thank her mom for always being patient and supportive, and her friends and family. Margot Latham. Currently, Margot is taking a few courses at Northern Virginia Community College and in the future plans on attending George Mason University. She would like to thank her parents for being so supportive of her and for always encouraging her to succeed and be the best she can be. Lily Marquez. Lily will be attending the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. She would like to thank her family for their continuous support and providing so many great opportunities, and her friends for making these last years so memorable.
Jordan Merritt. Jordan was the top tenor in all of Dodea Europe. He placed 16th in the best triple jump in Dodea Europe and was an intense tennis player. Jordan is going to Radford University and doing ROTC through college. Then he will move to Baylor University and get his doctorate in physical therapy. Madeline Molnar. Madeline was a participant in volleyball, soccer, and the senior class treasurer. In the fall, Madeline will be attending Longwood University in Virginia, where she will be majoring in nursing. Madeline would first like to thank her friends for all the great memories and for always being there for her. She would also like to thank her siblings, Emma and Noah, for making life fun and being her best friends. Lastly, Madeline would like to thank her parents for all their unconditional love and support and for always encouraging her to be herself. Julian Munoz. Julian plans to go to a community college for culinary or welding. He thanks his parents, who encouraged him to do his homework at home during quarantine. He thanks his friends for keeping him entertained during the tough days. Daniel Nunez Liman. Daniel has flight lessons on 2 different aircraft, a first-degree black belt in Taekwondo, a Class C driver's license, and voted in the 2020 presidential election. He plans to work during the summer and attend UMGC this fall. Eventually, he'd like to pursue employment in the transportation sector in Germany. He would like to thank his best friend Alex in Georgia because he helped him become more of a social and outgoing person. He would like to thank his family for supporting him through his whole life. Jonathan Otero Colon. While at Vicenza High School, Jonathan received all Europe awards for offense and defense on the football team. Jonathan plans to attend Garden City Community College in Kansas for 2 years and then transfer to the University of Kansas in Lawrence. Jonathan would like to thank Miss Urquia for always pushing him to his limits when he wanted to give up. He would like to thank his parents for providing all the support he needed to be successful.
Brendan Perro. After high school, Brendan will PCS to Honolulu, Hawaii, and pursue a career working on base or register as an EMT. He plans to enlist in the Army as an aviator and apply for warrant officer and possibly try to get a position in flying Chinooks or Black Hawk helicopters. Brendan would like to thank his family for always being a guide and being there for him, all his teachers because he would not have been able to graduate without them. He would also like to thank his friends for inspiring him to be a better person and motivating him to strive forward. Brandon Perry. Brandon's plans after high school include accepted into a university and studying architecture or business. Brandon would like to thank his father and mother who have supported him and driven him to push himself for his own success. His girlfriend who stuck with him through thick and thin, motivating him throughout every struggle, celebrating every success, and keeping up with all his weird antics. His friends who make his days wacky and full of laughter, helping him keep and sometimes hurt his sanity. Caitlin Lee Perry. Caitlin's post-secondary plans include enlisting in the Air Force. The people that she would like to thank and recognize would have to be her father, her friends, and Ramos. This year was very important to her because of how much she has moved on. Not everything for her has been so easy. Her father was there to help her and guide her. Ramos might not see it, but he was everything about him makes her feel as though she can be the way that she is. She loves him so much, as well as her friends. They're all her family, and she will always be there for them. All of them make her feel so important and loved. Devesh Prasad. Devesh plans on attending Appalachian State University. He hopes to major in biomedical engineering. He would like to thank his mom and stepdad and his close friends because of their support and love that pushed him to be who he is today. Cyan Quintana Arana. Cyan is going to be attending the University of Hawaii at Manoa in the fall of 2021. She's been accepted into the Kinesiology and Rehabilitation Science degree program under the College of Education. She intends to pursue a graduate degree in physical therapy after she obtains her BS in kinesiology. Cyan would like to thank her mom for always encouraging her and believing that she can do anything.
John Carlos Ramirez Figueroa. When John Carlos arrived in Vicenza, he did not speak English. He attended his 4 years of high school at VHS and participated in the ROTC program, as well as volleyball, wrestling, and football, and the drill team. In 2019, he won an award for being the most beaten up due to all the accidents he had that year. John Carlos plans to return to Colombia after he graduates to study computer science at a university and would like to enter the Army. He would like to thank his aunt and uncle and his sister Gerald because they were always there for him and gave him their support when he needed it the most. Alexander Ramos. Alex was Cadet Command Sergeant Major. Before he came to this high school, he completed in Cyber Patriot for 2 years in a row, and he has also matured here. Alex plans to eventually join the military. He would like to thank his mother and father. He would also like to thank a lot of his good friends for sustaining him while in school, and his older brother Taylor for showing him his love for computers. Breland Rediker. Breland will be attending Valley Forge Military College on a full-ride ROTC scholarship. Breland would like to thank her family, friends, and teachers for always being there for her because without them, she wouldn't be where she is today. Jada Rixner. Jada enjoys shopping, traveling, and cheerleading. Jada received a merit-based scholarship and will attend George Mason University with 16 credit hours toward her BS in psychology. Jada would like to say thank you to her parents for their love and support and for providing the foundation to succeed. Also, thank you to the Lathams for loving me like a second daughter. And thank you to the teachers at VHS for instilling a passion for learning. Jack Rowling. Jack would like to list the fact that he graduated as an accomplishment. He also played football and wrestling in high school. After high school, he plans on joining the Coast Guard. He would like to thank Chief Woods, Mrs. D'Angela, and Miss Urquia for being his favorite teachers.
Trent Sawyer. After Trent graduates, he plans to attend Tarleton State University and study economics. Trent would like to thank his mom and dad for being there whenever he needed them. Cody Samsel. After high school, Cody is going to Cochise Community College for a year and then plans to join the Army. He would like to thank Miss Urquia, Miss Tibbs, and Chief Woods. Leah Scavetta. After school, she wants to stay in Italy and go to the University of Maryland and then make her way eventually to a school in the UK. She would like to thank her father for always being her biggest supporter, even when she was unsure of who she is. She would like to thank all her friends she has made in such a short amount of time for always having someone to talk to and helping her. Katerina Schultz. Katerina will be attending the University of Northern Colorado. She will be studying to get her bachelor's in biological sciences. Katerina would like to thank her parents for all their support and guidance that they offered throughout these 4 years. She would also like to thank her friends for always being there when she needed them and for encouraging her. William Seculin. Will has lived in Italy for 12 years and has gone to Vicenza Elementary, Middle, and High School. He was on the marksmanship team for 4 years and the football team for 2. He's going to move to Pennsylvania and go to Grove City College and major in engineering. He'd like to thank his parents, friends, and teachers for helping him throughout his high school years.
Nicholas Shaw. Nicholas attended VHS for his 4 years of high school after only attending Italian schools his whole life. He played varsity football as a defensive end. After high school, Nicholas will move to the United States and works until he joins the Army. Nicholas would like to thank Ms. Urquia for helping him when he first arrived at Vicenza and with all his classes his senior year. Vladislav Shin. Vlad was a percussionist in the school band, a cadet of ROTC, and has a passion for computers and robotics. After high school, Vlad plans to have a career in information technology with the United States Air Force. He also plans to acquire a bachelor's in science degree in robotics. Vlad would like to thank Ms. Urquia for her ESL support and mentorship, his guidance counselors for educational support, and the ROTC instructors for character development, discipline, and work ethic. Andrew Sibley. Andrew is a student athlete and has played many sports in high school. His biggest athletic accomplishment was earning second place at the European Tournament for volleyball. He is also proud to have achieved an educational goal that he gave himself of graduating with a high GPA and being accepted into a university. After graduating, Andrew plans to attend Xavier University and pursue a degree in sports management. He would like to thank his parents and sisters for being understanding at home and helping him survive school. He would also like to recognize the numerous teachers that have given him the knowledge to graduate and push forward. Alfonso Silva. Alfonso plans to go back to Portugal after high school and go to college in Lisbon. He would like to thank his family for always supporting him, all the teachers, and all of his friends. Thomas Smith. Thomas likes to make people laugh, play video games, and listen to Queen. He also likes rubber ducks. Thomas plans on attending HACC Lancaster Community College, where he plans on becoming a photographer. He would like to thank his family, especially his dad, and he would like to thank his friends for being there. Cheyenne Spencer. Cheyenne was a member of the flag team and performed at football games and basketball games. Cheyenne plans to get her driver's license and attend Guilford College in North Carolina to study physical therapy and pharmacy tech. She would like to thank her mom for giving her every opportunity and teaching her how to be her best. She would also like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Winkler for treating her like their daughter and her uncle for pushing her to be the best at whatever she tried.
Darren Steele. Darren is an artist, no matter the perspective, whether it be martial, traditional, or contemporary arts. Darren plans to enter the workforce before attending a trade school. He will gain a welding certification on his path to become a blacksmith and traditional artisan. Darren would like to thank his parents for imparting their wisdom to him. He would like to thank his enemies for growing his maturity. And we'd like to thank his girlfriend for helping him to grow to be who he was meant to be. Lika Silla. After high school, Lika plans to study political science and go into pre-law at Columbia University. Lika would like to thank her parents and siblings for always supporting her and encouraging her to do her best. Kaylin Taylor. Kaylin was an executive board treasurer, participated in MUSS and MUN, and actively helped care for her 4 siblings. After high school, Kaylin plans to attend Texas A&M International College in Laredo, Texas, and major in international studies. She'd like to thank her family and friends for supporting her and making her high school years memorable. Nicholas Tolman. After high school, Nick is attending Troy for college in New York. He would like to thank his parents for always hounding him and making sure his homework was completed, even if it cost the skin off their back.
Claire Troiano. Claire has attended 3 high schools in 3 different countries. She played varsity basketball through all of high school and was the captain for Vicenza's team in her junior year. Claire will be attending Endicott College in Beverly, Massachusetts, pursuing a degree in secondary education and later specialize in special education. She will also be playing for Endicott's NCAA basketball team. Claire would like to thank all of her teachers, coaches, and friends that she has met throughout her time in high school. All of these relationships have shaped the person she is today, and she will forever be grateful for the bonds they have created. More importantly, she would like to thank her family. Thank you for the love and support that you have given me. I could not have asked for a better group of people to call my family. Amy Velasquez. Amy participated in JROTC for 3 years and was on the drill team in Fountain, Colorado. After high school, Amy plans to attend the University of Hawaii Manoa in Hawaii and major in nursing and dental hygiene. Amy would like to thank her parents for showing her with the care and support over the years. You have truly spoiled me. She would also like to thank Ms. Urquia for pushing me in the right direction and keeping me on track so I could graduate today. Isabella Voicu. Isabella was in the Spanish Honor Society and maintained over a 4.0 GPA. She was the junior varsity swim captain at her old high school, and she will be attending Florida State University and majoring in biochemistry on the pre-dental track. She would like to thank her wonderful mother for always pushing her to strive for the best. Wolf Wetzel. Wolf is a computer programmer. He enjoys fantasy novels and is very good at math. After he graduates, he plans to go to college and complete personal projects for experience in computer programming. He would like to thank his sister for always listening to his ramblings, his parents for letting him live, and the internet for providing tutorials and documentation. Angelica Williams. Angelica participated and performed in choir for several concerts throughout her high school career. After graduation, Angelica plans to go to college, get a part-time job, and start her own path in life. Angelica would like to thank her family, teachers, peers, and everyone who either helped her verbally or physically to make it through this year. It means so much to her from the bottom of her heart.
Aiden Wilson. After high school, Aiden plans to join the Army. He would like to thank his friends and parents. London Wilson. London will be attending Southern Utah University and will major in business management. London would first like to thank her friends for always bringing laughter and joy in her life. She'd also like to thank her teachers for continuously encouraging her and Ms. Urquia for always being there for her. London would also like to thank her parents for giving her amazing opportunities and ensuring her that she can do anything. Lastly, London would like to show appreciation for her three sisters, Kaylee, Addie, and Kinsey, for always bringing happiness into her life.
Hi, my name is Karis Gardner. I'm the Student Council Executive Board President, otherwise known as the Student Body President, and it is my pleasure to present the senior gift to Vicenza High School. We decided to gift the school something they could take with them when the doors to the new 21st Century School are opened. With that in mind, and with everything that happened during these COVID times, we thought that purchasing wireless transmitters would be a very beneficial way to do so. These wireless transmitters can be used to film live sporting events, awards assemblies, and even graduations. We hope you think of the class of 2021 every time you are able to share these priceless moments with others. We would also like to gift any remaining funds to the incoming class of 2022 for their upcoming senior year. Thank you.
Class of 2021, it's been my privilege to be your principal this year. I'm hopeful that you all feel we've helped you to prepare for your next steps in life. I know that you've missed a lot of traditions, such as prom and other activities such as sports. However, we're fortunate to be able to be here today. This has been a long year, and I hope that you all have fond memories of Vicenza High School. It's been memorable, to say the least. Who has ever experienced a pandemic in their lifetime? Well, you all have, and you'll be stronger for it. Finally, rather than me giving you all advice for the future, I'd like to share a couple of quotes from your fellow classmates. In language arts class, students recorded a personal essay entitled "This I Believe." This is a project that was established over 70 years ago, first as a radio program by Edward R. Murrows, with the objective of encouraging Americans to consider beliefs beyond their own by listening to others. So, as your fellow classmate Victoria Byram said in her essay, I believe that people can inspire others to do great things. You don't have to be a celebrity, famous singer, or athlete to inspire people. You don't have to be in someone's life for a long time to inspire. You can inspire others within minutes of meeting someone. That's your classmate said that. And Samuel Bean, who said, I believe we have the ability to achieve anything we want, but I believe it depends on how much effort we put into achieving said goal. The only person who can take your idea of success away from you is yourself. That's your classmate, Sam Bean. So, class of 2021, go forward and inspire others and achieve your goals and dreams. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Vicenza High School, we congratulate each and every one of you. Seniors, Dr. Brahaney, as principal of Vicenza High School, I've reviewed the transcripts of each of these students, and I certify that they have met the graduation requirements of the Department of Defense Education Activity. Okay? All right. Okay. Graduates of the class of 2021, you may move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, you are now officially graduates of Vicenza High School. Go Cougars!
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable.